Life is difficult no matter what path you choose to go down. Everything is hard. If you're, living paycheck to paycheck, that's difficult. If you're managing $1 billion, that is also difficult. If you're running your own company, that is also very hard. If you're working, long hours, that's also very difficult. Avoiding discomfort isn't really an option, so I think it's important that you embrace that as early as you can. You don't get to choose whether life is easy or difficult. You always just have to pick what kind of difficult it's going to be. Being uncomfortable early helps, build discipline, resilience, patience, so that you're able to get through adversity later in life. Things that are difficult often produce the best long term value of anything that you'll ever do. And you also get more satisfaction from accomplishing that thing if it was very difficult. Just being comfortable every day doesn't help you learn new things or, solve problems or get to where you want to be in life. The earlier you're able to build habits, that's when life decisions become easier and feel better later in life. So relating this to personal finance, as I tend to do on the channel, is, I see people, just choosing to be comfortable. They're spending more as soon as their income goes up. They're avoiding budgeting because they don't even want to know what they're spending their money on, or they don't care about, the long-term value of investing or saving their money, or trying to reach goals that they do want to achieve but aren't currently trying to achieve. They're willing to upgrade their lifestyle very quickly as well, which, hurts their income. A lot of people want independence or to keep up appearances instead of actually wanting financial stability in their life. The hidden outcome of doing those things is there's a lot of stress later in your life, and you'll have limited options to, do what you want later because you don't have the money to do that. Choosing discipline over comfort early tends to create comfort later, which is what I want in my life at least. So there's some things I'm doing in my life that are difficult for me, and every video I try to throw in some personal, relevant story to my topic. But yeah, the big one I'm doing is I'm living at home, and I am not the biggest fan of it. It's fine. I'm happy to be here, but I'd much rather live alone. Obviously, it's not glamorous or ideal. And I think in America, at least, there's a lot of social pressure to move out at right after you're out of college or right out of high school, super early. When you look at a lot of other cultures, they don't do that at all. But living at home allows me to be aggressive with my investing and really build a strong financial base for me early in life. The second thing I'm doing is strict budgeting. So I'm live or dying by my budget this year. I'm tracking every expense. I stopped doing a lot of things that caused me to spend a lot of money. And this kind of goes with the living at home thing. I'm able to, invest aggressively doing this as well. But this strict budgeting, I don't think I'll ever be this strict budgeting in my entire life. It is literally to the dollar, and it allows me to have real control over all of my money. And because I know where all my money's going, it allows me to progress as fast as I can towards my goals, basically. And I know to the exact day that I will be able to meet them financially. And building up a huge nest egg for yourself while you're super young, it provides a lot of stress in the long term. If I'm able to put away, $100,000 before I'm 25, that's already probably what most people have saved for retirement at the age of 65. If I were to never contribute another dollar, it's probably more than most people actually have. So that really will provide a lot of stress relief for me when I'm 30 and 40. And if I want to do something different, then I'm able to do that because I know I'm set up for retirement still. And even if I weren't to contribute another dollar, I'd still be okay. And obviously this budgeting is kind of uncomfortable for me. It's kind of annoying. I can't do whatever I feel like doing or what I want to do. I'm just holding myself accountable. And I made this before I started my full-time job, and I was like, okay, this looks really good on paper, so we're going to do this for the whole year. And I've just been holding myself accountable. And, that can be hard. But doing this for a long time, or a year, my budget might change for next year. I don't know what my income's going to look like next year, so I haven't made it yet. But doing this for a year, it's going to build up, the discipline I need to continue doing this for the next few years. And the last thing I'm doing that is a little uncomfortable is controlling my mindset. I made a video about how I'm thinking day to day, and that can be difficult. Sometimes you want to just come home and hang out and do nothing. And I'm really trying to get something done in the evenings, learning something, trying something new, just to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. And, that can be hard. I'm kind of tired every day. I go to bed a lot earlier now. And it's not the lifestyle I was used to, when I was in college, up late, doing whatever, on top of, stuff I had to do as well. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I just see a lot of kids my age. They just want to be comfortable. They don't want to go meet new people or try new things. And I think that's really going to hurt them in the long term. Delaying difficult conversations or difficult actions is just putting the stress for you, just kicking the can down the road. everybody deals with difficulty, so it's important that you just go after it and, try to solve the problem on why it's hard, or get used to it, you know what I mean? You're choosing a little discomfort now for a more comfortable time in the future. And I think that's the way you should be, going at life. And especially nowadays, kids like my age, it's super hard to get ahead. And if you just avoid every difficult situation, you're really never going to get ahead. Life is hard either way, so I'm trying to choose something that allows me to build something as well. And yeah, that's just my opinion on this. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.